Thanks for joining me on Speaking in Drums. This is the real Howard Yates, and this is a video that we're going to do here showing you how to make a Pringles can into a stick holder. It was just a weird idea I had one day when I was eating a can of Pringles and thought to myself, well, instead of throwing it out in the recycling bin or in the garbage or putting tennis balls in it, maybe I can use it for a stick holder. Now, there are various types of stick holders that you can use that are on the market, made by different companies. Some hold just one stick each in each of the holsters. Some can hold multiple sticks. One thing that I find to be really difficult are the ones that I've had, which are from ProMark. They hold one or two sticks in each holster, but the clamp that you use doesn't seem to hold very well on any of the cymbal stands and seems to hold only on the hi-hat leg. But it keeps falling off, and I just got tired of using them. With that being said, after eating the Pringles, I decided, hey, I've got this idea, let's try this. Now, this isn't the first time I've used a can of Pringles. I did have one before that got destroyed, but that's because I had somebody helping me put my stuff up, and they weren't privy to what I was doing with the Pringles can. So first thing you want to do, of course, is eat the chips. You also want to clean the can with a napkin, get it all nice and clean inside, throw away the lid because it's not going to be used once you put this together. Also, we're going to be using a drill. Now, I was too lazy to go to the garage and get the drill bits to make this a lot easier. You're going to see here the mistake that I made. I tried to drill into this, and guess what? It's actually strong enough that nothing happens, so I had to get my trusty X-Acto blade, which Mr. Pringle doesn't like it being held up to his throat like this, as you can see here. And what I did is I took the X-Acto blade, made a little hole, and I rotate the blade so that you can make the hole wider as the blade goes further in. And in this section here on the label that I'm cutting is the carbohydrates or cholesterol section. Make sure you cut into that pretty good because those are bad things and we're just eliminating those. Keep the holes kind of at a good distance, and when you measure down here, make sure you see that seam right there. Don't cut into the seam. These cans are only metal on the edges, but the rest of the can is actually like a very thin paper cardboard, like those cans of biscuits you get at the grocery store. So if you cut into the seam, you could actually potentially break the can. As you see here, we've got the holes lined up. You can go back and cut in a little bit more if you need to. Again, twist the blade, and that will make the holes a little bit bigger. You can also try to even them up if one looks like it's a little out of place from where the other one is. Then take your drill and drill right into that hole. Make it nice and clean. And we'll do it again. Right in there. Okay, so that looks good. We're going to do it on the other two as well. Takes just a second to cut into that. And you want to do this to make it easier to run through the zip ties. You got to thread these through. So we're going to start with those here at the top. Now, if you have a little trouble getting this into the hole, you can actually look inside the can while you're doing this. I'm going to show you here in just a second since this isn't working out too good. And then you can see the hole right there and get it fitted in. And that's another reason you want to have the holes kind of apart like this, is so that you can kind of thread it through almost in a straight line. Also, you want the zip ties themselves to be even, sticking out on either side. That's so you can get a good wraparound on the stand that you're going to connect to, and you can also cut those ends off. So here at the end, you can see that we've got these run through. That's it, other than putting it onto the stand that you're going to connect it to. Now here I'm just showing you where the sticks go in, give you an idea that it holds about roughly half to maybe a little over half of the size of the stick, the length of the stick. Again, that was just for demonstration, but here is the final product. This is connected to my microphone stand because I usually have that right next to me. It's easier to have it on there versus having it on a hi-hat stand. My crash stands are too far for me to reach it. And here, as you can see where it's connected to the microphone stand, one thing I didn't do is you can take wire cutters and cut off the excess plastic on those zip ties. But that's all you really need. It's just a Pringles can, eat the chips, clean it out, drill the holes, run the zip ties through, put it up to the stand that you want to connect it to, zip it down, cut the excess, put your sticks in there, and there you go. I hope you like this segment of having to create something on a budget for your drum set here on Speaking in Drums with your host, the real Howard Yates. Remember to like and subscribe for more content on this channel.